Hey guys, we're leaving this cool boondocking spot here that we ended in our last video and going north into a new state in Nevada. And on the way, might as well stop at Hoover Dam for a little bit before we get to our final destination for the evening. I'll let you know when we get there, guys. Yeah, so there is no cost to get in or cost to park here at the Hoover Dam, but be prepared to let them go through all of your outdoor compartments, and an officer needs to come walk inside and peek through to make sure that you don't have a bobcat or something. I swear, it's just a normal sized cat. Yeah. Now we're gonna go find a spot to park. All right, Miranda's first trip on driving on a dam. I just want to stop into the bait store real quick, get my fishing pole. That's popular. That was Nevada time back there, and now that we're in the middle, we have just switched over into Arizona time, which, like I said, is the same time right now because Arizona does not observe daylight savings. So we'll head up this windy hill, go find a place to park, and I'll get back to you once we get parked. I mean, we did find a place to park. We are incredibly unlevel, and it's not worth it to try to put the stabilizer jacks. It is insanely windy today. We have not gotten a wind break in like a week. I'm gonna just sit down because it's kind of scary up here with the wind going. But this entire town of Boulder City was built because of the workers that were constructing the dam in that time. Otherwise, this was just another place in the desert that happened to have water run through it. It used to be the tallest dam in the country, but California's Oroville Dam is taller than this one now. We're just looking up some facts here on the phone, Googling it. The bridge that we came in, that we crossed over from the highway, that is the world's second tallest bridge. Well, I feel like it's gonna knock me over the cliff here. This wind is nasty today. That's why it's not very busy. So I'll just grab a couple pictures for Instagram and Patreon real quick, and then we'll hit the road and go to try to find some camping over at Lake Mead. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. All right, we took this little scenic route up here before we left. Look at this view. Wow. So that is Lake Mead. And in case you didn't know, Lake Mead is the world's second largest reservoir because of the Hoover Dam. The world's second largest. It's some 248 square feet of lake. There has to be camping down there, right? And actually, if you look really closely, I think I see an RV way over there, about 24 miles away. So that's where we're gonna head right now. So Hoover Dam was not national parks. It's something separate. But right now, we are in the national park area of Lake Mead, which has a bunch of paid campgrounds and has dispersed camping. I know that because Camper Van Kevin recently filmed some stuff down here and showed some really cool views of this. So what we're gonna do, both Angela and I had America the Beautiful passes that have expired. So you can't buy them here at the visitor center, but we're gonna go buy one more for us, for this RV and our occupants, and that'll get us into national parks for the next year. $80. It's $25 just to get into Lake Mead for 7 days. So it'll pay itself off for sure. We love national parks, and there's so many like this that I haven't been to yet. So, and I already got my magnet. It's a turtle that says Lake Mead National Recreation Area, and it's 3-dimensional, that acrylic kind. And they have a filling station here, so before we head out and go camp and buy our pass, I'm gonna fill up the water jugs. Yeah, those views never get old. Right here, free filtered drinking water. Mm-hmm. So we'll do this 5 times, and then we'll hit the road. Look at this. Angela's getting a feel for Miranda. I'm just driving around the parking lot here, because it is a little different than the van that she's used to driving. While she's driving around, maybe I should go find that rattle. No, we know it's the stove. The stovetop doesn't sit right. It's got some foam underneath it, but it doesn't make a solid connection to the top burner. It's really weird. Oh, look how pretty that is out there. That's where we're going. All right, drive us there, honey.
Yeah, okay.
Even though we've come down a little lower, it is still really, really windy out here. And from watching other YouTubers, it just gets like that down here, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, if that's the worst of it, I mean, look how beautiful it is out here. It is sunny. It is going to be 94 degrees on Monday in April. 94 degrees. I mean, we have our own personal beach. Yeah, there's garbage, but this ducks out, this is just gorgeous. I love it. Once you're in the national park, there's lots of options like this. I mean, you got another fifth wheel up on the hill up there with just a view of the water. I am pretty darn impressed by Lake Mead. And that little America the Beautiful pass is really going to come in handy for this summer. Very excited. I hope y'all are doing well. I'll cut back in once we get all situated here. I'll remind you, we came out to a dead end. A dead end. Somebody just barreled in here to dump a jet ski behind us. Even though this isn't a boat launch, he told me that he comes here all the time. Because he's a 2-wheel drive, he can't use the normal launch, so he uses this campsite. I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, you didn't want to ask me if that was okay, if you just barreled right through and almost hit all our stuff. So we're leaving. The water was nice, but it's not worth dealing with arrogant, ignorant people. Just not worth dealing with it. So we're going back up the hill. Our neighbor over here is running a construction generator. And I couldn't hear that by the time that I put the levelers down. You know, and that's just one of those things. If you're a generator user, then you can camp next to another one because you can probably sleep to that. But, you know, if you have all this money into solar so you can enjoy the peace and quiet, and instead, all I can hear is that. Well, we're going to go find a third spot now. And like I said, I feel like there should be a lesson learned here. Maybe when you get to park, turn the engine off, open the windows and listen. Or, you know, there's nothing wrong with going and talking to your neighbors and saying, hey, are you a heavy generator user? Or, you know, the RVs have quiet generators. The pickup trucks with teardrop trailers can only afford construction-grade generators. There is a 5-mile-an-hour limit. Hey, it's free camping. I don't want this to sour Lake Mead itself, you know? It won't. But maybe I'll walk around and see what I can find down there. See if I can find a better campsite away from the generators. Third time's charm. Angela and I went on a walk, scoped some stuff out, and, you know, there's nobody that you can see out here. We did have to come down a little farther. We do have a nicely built fire ring right here, which I like. That wind, though. Oh, we have 2 days of hot, and very, very windy conditions. And then it's going to even back out to like mid-80s, so it may not be optimal timed camp in this little canyon area, but man, it's gorgeous. Evening is closing in, guys, and I was right. Third time is a charm. This last little campsite worked out really well. The wind is finally starting to die down outside too, so we are going to sit outside here and put our chairs on the other side and see the sunset around here. But I'm glad I didn't give up on Lake Mead. Good old Lake Med. I just do it because I know it gets under your skin, guys. Have a great night. I'll show you this sunset if there's anything, and then we'll be back with you here in a few days, guys. Goodbye. Good night.